Death. The ultimate fear. Almost every task we do in our whole lives, throughout our lives, is connected to it. Connected to death. We go to school, going to college, university, learning skills, getting a job, getting married, starting a family, and a stable life afterwards. It's all connected with death and safety. And the loop goes on for almost everyone except some who defy the laws of nature, or precisely bend them to their will. Well, that's what I thought was to be truth. However, it's not. Disorderness in a system is called entropy. We know that it depends on two major factors that we have studied in school. Of course, it does on many, but majorly two: increase in the state of randomness and increase in the and decrease in the internal energy. Of course, there are many different situations even in that. There are many contradictions, but we are just taking the basics. So now you may think yogis and people who practice meditation and yoga decreases their brain entropy, brain and body entropy, and that helps them to break the loop of aging by de-aging themselves. But that's not the case. As I said, when I researched on this topic, it's quite different how reality feels like. The entropy of the brains doesn't decreases at all. In fact, research has shown that meditation actually increases brain entropy. So now you may think, what is it that lets them live according to their will and bend the rules and laws of nature? So that's what here I am today, to share you what I have found on the internet through the researches and what I think about it. So, certainly, when you meditate, there is activity, the neural pathways that were blocked before, the gamma rays that are produced during meditation when you meditate gets active, and they just expand and increase the entropy of your brain by increasing the activity. The internal energy itself decreases and entropy rises. So these both two are like the most contributing factor for the increasing randomness. But it's not that randomness. It's like your complex brain is getting ordered very well and it's getting simpler, but the activity in them is increasing. The brain expand, the pathways are expanding. So now you may think that if entropy is increasing when we die, our entropy is also increased very much. Like it's entropy has victory over us. So then, how is it then if our entropy is increasing of the brain that the yogis that have attained siddhis go on to live according to their will? So basically, when you feed your brain entropy, when the brain's entropy is rising, and it's in a controlled manner, not in an uncontrolled manner. When you have a disease like Alzheimer or dementia, the entropy of your brain is rising uncontrollably, and the order is not there. But when it is rising controllably, it starts expanding, and the brain basically gets more tools and the cognitive tools to control your body. And that's where the magic happens, because there's a part of our DNA. Let me just show it to you. As you can see, the telomere is, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I've just found this thing, and it's basically you can see the non-coding DNA sequences at the end of the chromosomes. So basically what it does is when it is getting shrink, it basically gets shrink, and when it gets shrink, we age. But when we are meditating, the yogis that meditated, like there have been conducted very researches that there's a enzyme that gets produced that maintains the shape and the longevity of this out there. I don't know how to spell it, but I've just found this thing while researching. So as you can see there in this article, about the longevity of the science of longevity and the siddhas. So basically, it's ancient medical studies like effect of yoga pranayam on the telomere length in medical students. So the name of that enzyme that is responsible for the maintenance of the telomere length is this. So what I found was that it's not that you decrease your entropy of your body and you become, that's what I thought earlier, and most of you may have, that if you decrease the entropy of your body to absolute oneness in the meditation, which actually does happen, but the brain has quite the opposite effects. So brain basically acquires new mental tools to become more efficient and to produce such enzymes that can reverse aging or maintain it. So that is it for today's video. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care and goodbye.